Well, thank you everyone for coming this evening and for this opportunity to share with you a little bit more about sort of who I am and what I would like to bring to the county board. And I think that I would summarize this way, that what I feel this election is all about. And that is that we are at a point in our history here where we have been enjoyed this enormous success that has come from what I think is a long history of great planning and progressive values. And we are now at a point, though, where that has played out for the last 40 years. And it's time to define, and this is especially true for young Democrats here, it's time to define what is the new vision, what is the next generation of Arlington moving forward going to be. Are we going to double down on what has served us well, which is long-term strategic investments and good, solid planning, or are we going to start to turn inward, and are we then going to make, have to come up with excuses for the next generation of why we didn't get out in front of these challenges, why we weren't bold enough to really take on housing affordability, why we weren't bold enough to say we can invest in a strong 21st century transportation network. We weren't bold enough to say, you know what, it is difficult to find more land, but we're going to fund a meaningful land acquisition fund so that we can make sure that we have enough access to nature and parks and open space for our community. But we weren't bold enough to really think about how are we going to provide for schools in a way that is incorporated into our long-term land use planning and our transportation planning. And I think what it all comes down to, and one of the key differences that I think between my opponent and I, she's been there a while. She's made that clear, and it's true. She has that experience. She was there at the school board, and she's been here on the county board. And she says, well, she didn't have the votes. Well, Arlington is about, and leadership is about, getting the votes and working with people. And I don't understand why she's so willing to work with her Republican friends outside in Congress and elsewhere and accept their money and work that way, but she wasn't able to find a way, find solutions to these problems and come up with meaningful solutions in the job that she had. And I think that we've got to look better at that. We've got to think bigger, and we've got to be willing to be bold. And what I'm asking you is I'm asking you for your support on June 14th, because I've got the experience from the Civic Association side, I've got experience on the Planning Commission side, I'm a father of 3, I've been a small business owner, I know what it means to get results, I've got the vision, I want to work with you, I believe that we can all work together and meet our challenges with solutions for tomorrow. Thank you.